To help support this podcast
and get exclusive bonus content and rewards,
make a monthly pledge at
patreon.com/universebox. And remember to think outside.
Tonight on Universe Box.
Star Wars Rogue One trailer drops. Jimmy Olsen goes vigilante. And Janet Jackson has a baby bump.
This is Universe Box. I'm Bill Meeks.
And I'm Anne-Marie DeSimone. This is Universe Box for October 13th, 2016.
And how are you doing tonight, Anne-Marie?
I'm hanging in there.
You're hanging in there? Excellent, excellent.
How are you doing?
Put some pep in your step.
We
have some news to talk about.
I clicked a link and it was cranky, so sorry.
A cranky link?
Well, the cranky article that was on the other side of the link.
Oh, okay. That's fair. But we're joining you Thursday, 10 p.m. EST at live.universebox.com. We have our chatters with us. Hey, chatters. We have Michael, Lucero, and Angel in there right now. Hopefully,
No, we have Angel and we have Lucero One.
Lucero One might give you a little hint about what we're going to be talking about tonight. Yes. But we love having you guys there. Quick note, normally we record this Tuesday and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time at live.universebox.com. But next week, we're actually going to be moving the Tuesday show to Monday, probably about 9:15 Eastern Time. Keep an eye out on our Twitter at universe_box to get an update on that, because we're going to a concert
on Tuesday. Yeah.
Postmodern Jukebox. We'll probably give it a review on Thursday night, though. So
one would assume.
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
And Anne-Marie, you had a little something else you wanted to talk about before we start, right?
Yes. Many of you may have already done this, but hey, Universe Box, the survey is available right now over at bit.ly/UB survey. We just want to know what you guys like, what you don't like, what of our stuff you know, what you don't know, and hey, help us get better. So please, at the part where it says, what would you like to see and what would you like us to take away, those are really the very important parts. So please, if you'd like us to have merchandise or have a newsletter or do a song and a dance every week, let us know, please.
Let us know.
Let us know.
No, it'll just really help us kind of fine-tune this Universe Box machine that we've been running for the past few years to make it exactly what you guys want it to be. So bit.ly/UB survey, and the link will be in the show notes at universebox.com for this episode. Okay, now we're looking into the world of television and serialized streaming storytelling in Televisionary.
Oh, Stranger Things Season 2 title teasers.
Ooh.
So we've been given Season 2 title teasers and spoiler confirmations from the creators of Stranger Things. Titles include The Boy Who Came Back to Life, The Pumpkin Patch, The Palace, The Storm, The Brain, The Lost Brother, and The Pollywog. Will and 11...
Pollywog
in a bog.
Bum.
Will and 11 will be showing their evil sides, and Barb will finally get some closure.
Apparently.
Rumor has it.
Because she needed it.
She won't be there, but she'll be getting some closure. So I feel heavily invested in these characters, and I have no idea how I'm going to make it till 2017, whenever that is, before new episodes are out.
Yeah.
But 11's the monster. I know she said she was the monster, but she's actually going to be the monster. Is she going to turn on her friends? Can she be won over with egos? What do we have to do here?
Well, she was always pretty monstrous, I thought.
She was, but she was a friendly monster.
She had a temper on her, for sure.
She had a temper. Well, so would you if you were locked in a room like that.
Very true. Very true. Now, I do like the idea that they're playing with here that Will might go bad in season 2. Because saving him was such a big motivation for all the characters in season 1.
Right.
It seems like such a great, tragic twist to make him the villain. They spend all this time trying to save him, put their lives at risk, everything else, and then he's the one they really needed to be worried about.
Exactly.
I feel like the titles in season 2 imply that they're going to be going even heavier into the horror realm than they did in the original season.
Right.
I absolutely love that. So it's a definite plus. I just hope they can outdo all the great visuals, like the Christmas light communication device.
I love that so much.
And the music choices like Should I Stay or Should I Go Now that they had in season 2. They had so many of those great fun, iconic moments that I just hope they keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Over in the chat, Angel says she still hasn't watched Stranger Things.
Inappropriate. When we're done
You
here,
need to
we're
get
gonna
on
need you
that.
to get watching it.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Okay, Emery, what's our next story here?
Next, Jimmy Olsen on Supergirl as Guardian. So the CW has announced that Superman's pal and Supergirl's love interest, Jimmy Olsen, is donning an identity that might be familiar to fans of DC Comics. In Supergirl Season 2, Olsen will become the Guardian, originally a World War II era Captain America type and later a clone. One sticky wicket in the gumbo. He's not going to tell Kara his secret identity.
Ooh, that'll get awkward real quick.
Awkward. So it seems like National City is overrun with vigilante heroes these days. First there was Supergirl, and then her cousin came to town recently, and now Jimmy Olsen's getting in on the action. Will they team up? Because the CW sure does like to have people team up and cross over.
Yeah, that's going to make it interesting because as far as I know, and I'm still not quite all the way through season 1 of Supergirl yet, but as far as I know, Supergirl's the only hero National City has ever had.
But yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how National City reacts to
More
Guardian
vigilantes.
Olsen. I know Superman showed up in the season premiere, and he's going to be in a couple more episodes. But I don't believe he's taking up. He's going to be living in National City. He's
Yet.
visiting his cousin.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Considering how popular that
Superman
appearance
is?
was,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, his appearance on Supergirl in general was super popular.
Super.
So he might be sticking around. No. Okay. So this is kind of my area of expertise. So I will take
A little bit. So, oh, God.
I will take the mic. Okay, so Jimmy Olsen's no stranger to donning a suit or gaining superpowers. If you didn't know, he had his own comic book back in the 60s, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. And it basically revolved around him gaining a new weird set of powers every week. Some sort of powers, or he'd travel through time, or, all sorts of wackiness.
Okay.
That being said, he's very rarely become a known DC hero, and I kind of wish they weren't turning him into the Guardian. It's a great character with a rich history set in World War II, which was kind of the early days of DC Comics. That's when DC Comics first came into existence, so I've always kind of associated that character with that time period, and so it's kind of weird to me. Now, I'm not against Jimmy becoming a hero for a time or keeping it from Kara. Sounds fine. Kara. I say Kara.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Everyone else says Kara.
But it sounds like, basic standard comic book plot points. I just wish they had created an original identity for him or used one of the classic ones and I have it pulled up here for the people watching YouTube, Turtle Boy. Or Turtle Man, depending. The cover says Turtle Man, but I believe they refer to him as Turtle Boy in the comic book. He's a giant guy with turtle skin. I mean, what good is the Guardian without the Newsboy Legion anyway? If you know the Guardian in the comics, you know the Newsboy Legion, and I'm just saying they better make at least a reference or an appearance or something like that.
Okay.
Any other thoughts, Anne-Marie, before we move on Jimmy Olsen becoming the Guardian?
No. I'm sorry.
You're I'm completely maxed out.
I've glazed over on Jimmy Olsen.
Well, that's okay, Anne-Marie. You just go ahead and grab some popcorn and find your seat. We're opening up the curtain on Cinematters.
All right, so it's that time again for your weekend box office preview. It's not quite as jam-packed as it has been in past weeks, but there were some standouts.
Yeah, we always try and pick
we
one
each pick
apiece.
one. Yeah, you write me no intro for this one. So I'm just winging it. But so we each picked a movie, and this week I picked The Accountant with Anna Kendrick and Ben Affleck.
The Affleck.
The Affleck. And well, we know I love The Affleck. So
The Affleck Accountant.
in this movie, Ben Affleck is a highly intelligent man who has terrible social anxiety. He doesn't know how to befriend people until Anna Kendrick's character sort of forces him, I think. He's the accountant for some of the world's most powerful criminals, and the government is trying to figure out what he knows and whose side he's on, or at least that's the way it seems, while he tries to learn to defend himself against his clients who might be out to kill him. It's a trailer. It is a character that I wouldn't have picked for Affleck because he usually plays somebody a bit more social, if not jovial. Like I'm thinking like Good Will Hunting, he was like the funny guy. But he looks to do an amazing job, and I can't wait to see it, especially because I quite don't really understand Anna Kendrick's role yet, other than like she's pulling him out of his shell. You know, all it took was a redhead. So, but no, I'm
Ain't
looking
that
forward to
always the
seeing that
way?
one. Right, exactly. Gotta love a redhead.
Definitely.
And what did you pick?
Oh, well, I was just going to say this.
Oh, yes.
The Accountant looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice to see Affleck in a dramatic role again after seeing him in 2 movies as Batman. You know, it's nice that he's getting a little break to go and do like a passion project.
While he was doing, this, he was probably writing his Batman movie
Yeah.
and, taking phone calls because he's doing everything for that movie.
Okay, and as for me, I picked, and this is sort of a callback to a pick I had in the beta episode of Universe Box. I picked the movie Christine. Now, I picked, what is it? I think it was Karen
plays Christine or something.
Plays
yeah.
Christine.
Somebody was playing Christine.
It is a movie, sort of a mockumentary about an actress playing this role in a movie, and then here's an actual movie about the subject. But it's an actual retelling of the story of Christine Chubbuck, a TV news reporter who killed herself on air in the 1970s. Now it looks like they've done a great job of following this depressed and delusional woman. I've read about this case, and it's really tragic. She devotes herself to her career, foregoing romance and friendship, only to find out that the news industry is changing around her and becoming, sort of that if it bleeds, it leads kind of news industry, and which isn't what she wanted to do with her life.
Right.
I just wonder how they're going to handle the moment where she shoots herself, because she does it live on air.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's going to be this gore fest of just like,
right.
or if it's going to just cut
to
to black. I'm really not even sure which way I want it to go, but I will definitely be watching this movie. It looks really, really good.
I would like it to cut to black.
You would like? That's fair.
I would prefer cut to black. Yes.
Yeah, and over in the chat room, Monica just wants to mention for The Accountant, she watched the trailer and she thought it was really good.
Looks good. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Should be good.
Okay, so what's up next, Anne-Marie?
All right, next up, okay, I'm sure you've probably seen it, but the Rogue One trailer came out today. So the Star Wars are back again. Disney released a new trailer for the latest romp through the cosmos today, which included our first good look at the return of Darth Vader to the silver screen. Okay, so I watched this trailer a good 5 times today. And if I block out all the very Star Warsy elements, the AT-AT stormtroopers, those very iconic looking jet things.
The volume that keeps unmuting itself.
I'm just going to ignore that. It doesn't look like a bad movie. So the general theme of hope, did it again, of hope being the founding of a rebellion is something that I like. And I just don't understand the Star Wars universe. Don't try and win me over. By this point, for over 30 years, I haven't wanted to be a fan. I'm not going to be a fan. But like I said, if I can block out those elements, the trailer actually looked like it was for a really good movie. So hopefully that means you Star Wars fans out there, all 3 bazillion of you, will like this movie.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what you think about Rogue One over in the chat room, too.
Because y'all speak this language more than we do.
Yeah, a lot more. Because we make no secret of it. We're not big Star Wars fans. And speaking of,
here comes the haterade, y'all.
Looks like a big dumb action movie to me. Apparently, her dad helped build one of the 40 Death Stars or something. And yes, this movie has yet another Death Star in it. I think every Star Wars movie is contractually obligated to have a Death Star in it. Also, I think I saw a Darth helmet from Spaceballs in the trailer somewhere.
I think it's a different person.
You think it's a different
Yes.
person? It looked like the helmet from Spaceballs.
That might have been the inspiration.
Could have been. But I like I said, I'm not a Star Wars fan, and this movie didn't really do too much to change my mind on the franchise.
Because you didn't want it to.
Well, it's not. I was open, especially after you said you thought it looked okay.
Okay.
I went in hoping to like it. I just didn't. I might take the kids to see this if we get bored over Christmas break, since they like it. But likely, if I do, I'm going to dump it out the back of my head, like when I left the theater after I saw Star Wars The Force Awakens with them. And Monica over in the chat room says she watched this trailer. And it also... Oh wait,
That's
was that
literally the exact same
Oh, okay,
thing.
sorry.
Nothing has happened.
I was misreading.
I'm like, nothing has
It's okay,
happened.
but yeah. As far as us, and we're completely different from the entire rest of the internet.
Pretty much.
Eh,
He says, I say it doesn't look too bad.
which is fair.
That's that's a glowing review for me.
That's about as fair and balanced as we can get.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to get back to the stories in just a second, but first we'd like to tell you about our Patreon. Now, if you don't know what Patreon is, ours is available at patreon.com/universebox, and it's a service you can hop onto and just give us a small monthly donation to help, help us keep it going. Because, there's cost associated with doing the podcasting. There's time investment. There's attention. There's a lot of stuff. So it's just nice way to give back. If you enjoy our content, if you enjoy what we give you,
Yes.
maybe give a little back to us. And you can make a small donation, as small as $1 a month.
Teeny tiny dollar.
You can also, if you want to, go to universebox.com and click the PayPal link over in the sidebar.
Yes, if you want to make a one-time donation.
A one-time
instead
donation.
Of
you can also set up a reoccurring donation too.
So if you just don't like Patreon.
Yeah.
But you want to be one of those people.
But the thing is, with the Patreon, you get a lot of really cool rewards. There are goals we can build up to. But probably the best reward you can get is you can become a member of the $5 Star Patrons Club.
Every time you say this, all I think is $5 football.
But if you become a member of the $5 Star Patrons Club, not only will we read your name out on every episode, but we will also ensure
Here we go.
that Darth Vader does not come and visit you while you're sleeping.
You know what? I can't ensure that.
Definitely. We will definitely ensure that for all members of the $5 Star Patrons Club, who include Becca Baca, Angel, Holly Mac 79, Monica Jones, Sage of Earth, Harry Seidler, Timothy Peters, Robert Cattler, Hope Mullinax, Karen Horlatcher, and Jessica Gonzalez.
Woohoo!
You guys are completely awesome, and Darth Vader totally won't kill you in your sleep.
Nope.
Because of your wonderful patronage.
Thank you.
If you want to be saved from Darth Vader, go to patreon.com/universebox. And remember to think outside. Okay, let's see here. Some more commentary on Rogue One over in the chat room.
Mostly that they haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Angel T says, definitely excited for Rogue One, though I still need to see the new trailer, and Night RAF hasn't seen it yet either. So
come on, y'all. Where have you been? Who wasn't on the internet today?
Yeah, it was all over the place.
Literally everywhere.
From the early hours. It's not like it came out 5 minutes ago. It's been around. It's been on for a while now. Okay, so go ahead and throw on your headphones like we've thrown ours on.
Ours are on.
And warm up your pipes. La 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 la. We're going to make sure your modern musical knowledge is in tune.
Janet Jackson, 50 and preggers.
Preggers.
So after 50 years of dancing across the earth, Janet Jackson is finally preggers. In a bit of poetic justice, Jackson will be postponing her Unbreakable World Tour to produce a tenant for the cradle you're awful. She robbed when marrying 41-year-old billionaire. He didn't have this. He's a billionaire.
Yes, I knew he was a billionaire.
But I didn't until I read the article. Wissam Al-Mana in 2012. I'm guessing on that pronunciation. Sorry.
Yeah, and she posted this picture of her with her
baby 6-month baby bump. She waited until she was 6 months. So congrats.
Janet Jackson looks kind of nerdy these days.
It's a publicity photo.
Yeah,
of course, it's the style she went for. She's like hipster 50. So I had all my babies by the time I was 30, and I live on an IV of coffee. So hopefully between her staff and her lovely workout regimen, she will have more energy to keep up with her child since they won't be in college until she's almost 70.
Yes.
I cannot even fathom having a child at 50.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme.
Extreme!
Normally I'd be concerned about a 50-year-old woman becoming pregnant for her health, if nothing else. But Janet has two things going for her, I think. As a dancer performer, she's always taken great care of herself. And she's stupid rich. So I think she'll probably be okay. I like you, I do question the practicality of having a kid that late. Who wants to be visiting a kid in college when they're 70? But then again, if she and her doctors feel good about it, then why not? Unless something crazy happens, that kid will be set for life, even with a grandma-aged mom.
Very true.
You know, it was very surprising to see this on the old Twitter feed this morning, though. Or was it yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
It might have been yesterday, but I was just like, wow, that is not news I ever expected to have, ever. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you think the order it goes in professionally is, you know, career, find your career, become successful in it, Nipplegate, kid. You don't expect that order to happen, but apparently for Janet Jackson, that's just the way it goes.
Really? We're dropping more songs?
What's that? Oh, is that a Janet Jackson song? Nice. Okay, over in the chat room, some more Rogue One talk. Lucer Rogue One says the new trailer is amazing. I love Mads Mikkelsen's character and seeing Vader. I feel like this is going to be better than the classics, which is a sentiment, to be fair, I've heard a lot on the internet. So
I mean, it looked pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it looked fine. A lot of effects stuff, a lot of.
Okay, see, I didn't feel it was quite ping.
Okay, but
like you.
We're in tune right now.
We are in tune.
So what's our next story, Anne-Marie?
Kanye's huge loan. So the Kardashian plot thickens. While the world jumped up in support of Kim Kardashian after she was robbed in Paris 2 weeks ago, it turns out the whole thing might have been a setup.
Might have been.
So Kanye West took out a $1.6 million line of credit just months before the disappearance of his wife's $5 million worth of jewelry. Okay, and
what a coinky dink.
Right, and all I have to say is, how is this man so broke? Albums, tours, merchandise out the wahoo. Like, he still had to borrow this relatively large line of credit against his condo.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me think more and more that this raid was staged. # sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, and I have a feeling she was talking about the Janet Jackson story, but I think this applies here too. Angel T in the chat room says celebrities are not bound by the same rules.
Nice. And Monica took a break to look at the Rogue One trailer. So.
Yeah, she doesn't care about Kanye. But, you know, I lean towards the raid being staged as well, mainly because it makes for a much cooler story that way.
Yeah.
I think it's much more interesting than, oh, she got robbed in Paris. Oh, she got robbed in Paris by herself. You know, that's a lot cooler. I mean,
she paid the guys to rob her.
And I mean, if anybody could pull off a high-profile heist on himself and his wife, it's Yeezy. My one fear is that if it was staged, he might be heading to prison soon for a very, very long time, which means we're going to have a severe lack of news from Kanye coming up in the future. Definitely. Knight RAF in the chat room, by the way, says if there's one thing, one seeming constant, it's that celebrities are bad with money.
Okay, that's true.
That's
very true.
Yeah, but by the same token, though, and I know Kanye and Kim have been kind of getting upset about this accusation that it might have been them, but
they've got to see how it looks that way.
Yeah, you can definitely see how it would be upsetting though if it was an actual robbery. And they're like, no, you're just doing this it's another publicity stunt from Kanye. I don't know. You know, but what you gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm going to find out what's in the box.
What's in the box?
And you know what? You're about to find out, too. We've each selected a special story to discuss. Let's pop open the Universe Box.
All right. So this week, my Universe Box story is Chris Rock's $40 million Netflix deal. All right. See, that talking about large quantities of money and celebrities who seem to have more than they can even function with. Chris Rock.
$40 million? Sorry, that's my Chris Rock impression.
That was bad. That was really bad.
Well, my voice cracked right at the end of it.
So Chris Rock has been offered a 2-comedy special deal with Netflix worth $40 million after a multi-network bidding war. This price point is usually reserved for those on the A-list like Jerry Seinfeld, Louis C.K., and what's her face?
And the rest.
And it comes as a bit of a hit to HBO, who's had a 20-year history of putting out Chris Rock's comedy specials.
Yeah, that was kind of my shocking thing about it. It was just like, he's not doing
literally
HBO
just went
anymore.
for the money.
Yeah.
He went for the money. Amy Schumer, that's who.
Amy Schumer.
They actually named her. I'm sorry.
Well,
she's
She's
no Jerry Seinfeld.
I would also say, you know, if you want boy girl, go for like a Lisa Lampanelli or something, or a Sarah Silverman. Yeah,
Okay, it
I'm
pains me
just
because I
saying
don't like Sarah Silverman, but yes, she is at least she belongs
they're
in that.
established, like Chris Rock or Jerry
Right.
Seinfeld.
Schumer's been around for like 4 years, and she stole all their material, but we're really not going to get into all of that. The fact that they put her up in that large quantity makes me nauseous. But so the first special is set to record in 2017. So yay for you, Chris Rock. Can you donate like some of that to me? Because nobody needs $40 million. No.
Chris Rock does,
Actually,
apparently.
Kanye does.
Kanye does.
So maybe Chris Rock can get with Kanye
To pay off that
loan.
debt. Yeah, for sure.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's cool. So let's see here. What is my universe box? I don't even know
It's
anymore.
more Netflix.
It is more Netflix. This is, I guess, just the
Netflix box.
The Netflix box.
We have one of those.
We do. But Netflix is reportedly going to offer offline viewing later this year. Now, the COO of Tate's, a company who specializes in downloadable content, has said they're working on a solution for Netflix that they hope to debut by the end of the year. Basically, you'll be able to pull down shows or movies to your device, then watch them when you're not on Wi-Fi or away from the internet entirely, like if you're out in the middle of the woods in a log cabin.
Or say on a very long road trip.
Yes, exactly. And I'm completely in love with this idea. I mean, there's usually internet around, but in those rare cases, it's not like this. This would be very useful. Yeah. I would have pulled down a bunch of stuff for my recent cross-country trip or to prepare for Hurricane Matthew.
Matthew.
So I hope this rumor pans out, although it's very possible it'll be a long time before I actually use it.
That's true, because Wi-Fi.
Yeah, definitely. But it's definitely going to be one or the other.
Yep.
I hope the feature happens. I'm not going to use it very much, but when I need it, I'm going to need it.
I want it there.
I've used it on Amazon quite a bit, actually. Yes. But, okay, so let's see here.
All right, so tomorrow's special days. Everyone ready? Because they're something. So tomorrow is Vet Nurse Day. So I believe, what was it? Yesterday was ER Nurse Day. Tomorrow is Vet Nurse Day. It is also Be Bald and Free Day. So please shine up those bald heads and send us a picture. World Egg Day. So have some scrambled over easy dippy eggs. And International Top Spinning Day. So if you have a top, go spin it.
Or if you want to, you can go find your favorite veteran nurse.
Not veteran nurse, like vet nurse.
Oh, like
an animal.
Okay, then your favorite vet nurse. And then you
shave their head?
No, you have them go find a bald person, paint an egg on their head, their bald head, and then turn them over and spin them around like a top.
You know what? That was probably one of the best ones of those you've put together.
Thank you. I was very proud of it. When I was formulating, I was like, no, this is perfect.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Absolutely perfect. Okay, so let's see here. Night RAF in the chat room says, did the video stop for everybody else? I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not, but nobody's answering him, so it makes me nervous.
Yeah, it does make me... But
refresh.
We still have a ticker going on here. Let me do one thing just to check and make sure we are still connected to the internet officially, and the timer's still ticking down. So hopefully, if the video stopped for you, it'll pick back up eventually. Okay, so now we need to find out what we're excited about this week. I need to find out what you're excited about.
I need to find out what you're excited about.
Exactly. We're offering up our recommendations in Suggestibles. Suggestibles.
So this week, I am excited about the Pizza Hurricane Checkup. So living far away from family is hard, especially if it's your grandmother living in an area that's getting pummeled by a hurricane and there's no one to check up on her. When Eric Olsen couldn't get a hold of his grandmother after Hurricane Matthew, and the police and fire... Oh, no, it didn't play. When the police and fire departments were too busy to do a safety check, don't get me started on the fact that they were too busy to do a safety check. He did the only thing he could think of. He ordered a pizza for delivery. So
from Papa John's,
from Papa John's, I believe. So in the special directions, Olsen asked the driver to call his cell phone to confirm that his grandmother was okay and to let him speak to her. The plan was a glowing success, and Grandma enjoyed her pepperoni pizza.
That's very nice.
I love that.
That's very nice. That's very hopeful, even. Definitely. And unfortunately, I don't think our surprise is in here. I don't think
it's not?
He made it in time. But my suggestible is actually, and this is coming from somebody who's a great friend of mine. I've known him for years and years and years and years, probably like 7 years or something like that. My friend Jaime, he has a Kickstarter going on right now. It's called HoloVect, which is a holographic vector display. Now, this is a really cool project being done by Jaime, and he's a physicist who specializes in laser science. He's invented a way to create 3D light objects. Now, think like the Princess Leia projection that comes out of R2-D2 in Star Wars.
The fact that he's making more references to Star Wars, guys, let's note that.
Well, I figured I'd make up for completely slamming it before, but it's weird to explain it. It might be better if I show you. I'll just play a little bit of the Kickstarter video for you. So,
HoloVect is short for holographic vector display, and it is a volumetric display system. It draws images in the air with light.
That's Jaime.
HoloVect can be viewed by multiple people from multiple angles. It is a true volumetric display like the holograms that we've seen in movies and science fiction for so long. I can see a future where every toggle, every control you have is going to be a projected volumetric entity. You'll have buttons, you'll have signs, there's room in education and planning. Whenever you see a movie and there's a projection, it's always being used for very practical purposes. It's always being used to describe a large dimensional scene. And that technology does not exist. You can 3D print an object, but it will take a long, long time, and it's not interactive. With this technology, you can create landscapes, you can create scenery and move it and change it. You can create designs and see them come to life. An architect can make a building and actually see it without waiting.
Yeah, but it's a really
That's
cool
awesome.
project. I so proud of my friend Jaime, who is he's been working on this for a couple of years now. This is his second time trying to do a Kickstarter for it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and he kind of refined things a little bit and made the technology a little better, a little bit more affordable too. But there's a lot of great rewards for it. You can get your name in lights. You can create your own holographic vector, or you can even get your own HoloVect to play with at home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can basically buy one.
I want a HoloVect.
I do too. They're a little pricey, but if you think it's cool and you have $750, you can get your own.
Do it.
But it's a great project from a great guy, and he totally deserves your support.
He's good peeps.
Yeah, one day in, and he's already raised $10,000 of
It's only one day in?
yeah, of his $45,000 goal.
Oh,
But
he'll get there.
Every little bit helps. It's I give you the Kickstarter thing. Just go to Kickstarter, search for HoloVect, or you can just
Get it from our show notes.
It's show notes at universebox.com. And keep an eye on our YouTube channel at youtube.universebox.com because
We have something coming from him soon.
yeah, there might be some sort of UniverseBox HoloVect related content coming out in the future. It was supposed to be ready for tonight, but
it happens.
He ran into a couple issues, but hope lots and lots of hope and love to Jaime. I hope the project works out for you. Over in the chat room, Angel says, also, the HoloVect thing is really cool. It's amazing how far science has come.
Right?
And the cool thing about this is I know the guy who is pushing this technology forward. Like, no one else is doing something like this, but Jaime is. And
That's
it's awesome.
so cool. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so let's see here. So we can't wait to hear your blathering. Let's hear what our listeners have to say in Blatherskite. No Blatherskipes
Nothing.
again.
More crickets.
0 Blatherskipes.
You know what would be... Let me try that again. You know, the day that we take out Blatherskipes, we're going to have like 6 people send us feedback.
Yeah, and we did have a lot before.
That one time that we
that
put
one
an
time.
article out the day before.
Okay, so if you're listening to this, if you're within
We
the
need
sound
you
of
to
my
blather.
voice, we want you to blather Skype to us right now. Contact at universebox.com. Tweet us at universe_box. The Facebook is facebook.com/groups/universeboxshow. And the voicemail number is 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352. And I'm going to give you an easy assignment this week because people keep asking for
and
homework.
it's due Monday.
It is due Monday. So I'd
It's
say
an early deadline.
go and do this right now. Go watch the Rogue One trailer and tell us why we're wrong. Tell us why you like it and why we're wrong for not liking it. Go do it right
And if
now.
you leave a
We'll
voicemail,
wait.
make it a minute or less.
Yes, but we'll wait.
We're waiting,
We'll give them a minute.
but the trailer was like 3 minutes long.
Okay, we won't wait.
We're not going to wait.
But
no.
you should go and do that right now because we want some feedback.
We want to hear from you.
Definitely. That's what always. I mean, we have the chat room. Obviously, we love our chat room. But that's one of our favorite things about our shows is getting feedback from you guys. So write in.
Do it.
Okay. So last but not least, we do have some takeaways for tonight's episode.
We really have them this time.
Star Wars marches on, whether we like it or not. Chris Rock makes mad bank all the freaking time.
True.
Sometimes it takes 5 decades to realize you want a kid. And someday a pizza might be the only thing that saves you from Darth Vader.
I would like a pizza to save me right now.
Let's do it. Let's wrap up the show. Pizza's going to save us. Okay.
Pizza!
So again, we want to thank our chatters.
Yes, thank you,
Tuesday
chatters.
and Thursday nights.
Except next week.
Except next week. It'll be Monday night, 10 p.m., live.universebox.com. That's
Tell
Eastern
a friend.
time.
Bring a friend.
Yeah, definitely feel free to come in. Anne-Marie, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at DeSimone.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Bill Meeks. You can follow all of the podcasts we do at universebox.com. And you can follow me right out the door because we're leaving.
I need pizza.
We're out.
Deuces.
So until next time,
Remember to think outside.